Hey everyone, Mr. Peter here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about volume. More specifically, I'm going to be discussing volume of rectangular prisms. First, let's define what a rectangular prism is. A rectangular prism is a three-dimensional shape whose 6 faces are all rectangles. Any box is a rectangular prism. I have an example of one right here. Okay, notice how it has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each side is a rectangle. We'll be stacking cubes together to create rectangular prisms with different dimensions. The dimensions of a rectangular prism are called length, width, and height. You've probably heard that term dimensions before if you've ever flown and brought a carry-on suitcase with you. Airports have restrictions about how big each dimension of your suitcase can be in order for it to fit inside the carry-on space. When you know the dimensions of a three-dimensional object, you can use them to find the volume. The volume is the amount of space that is inside a three-dimensional object. So imagine I ripped apart the box so I could see inside. It might look something like this. To find the volume, I would need to figure out how many cubic units fit inside the entire box. Before actually calculating the volume, we typically write the dimensions as part of an expression. Remember, that word expression just means a math sentence that doesn't include an answer or an equal sign. For example, if I have a rectangular prism like this one, I could write the expression for volume as this: 2 times 3 times 4. If I wanted to know how many cubes are in the entire object, I can just multiply 2 times 3 times 4. There are 24 cubes total in this rectangular prism. A second way of writing the expression for volume is by multiplying the dimensions of the base of a rectangular prism by the height. That sounds complicated, but really it's not much different from what we saw before. For example, if we say that this part of the rectangular prism is the base or bottom, we would write those dimensions first and just put them in parentheses. Then we would figure out how many layers there are just like it. So if I multiply 2 times 4, I would get 8, and then if I multiplied that by 3, I would have 24. So again, I would know that I would have 24 total cubes in this rectangular prism. So hopefully by now you're familiar with all these terms: rectangular prism, dimensions, and volume. And remember, you find the volume of a rectangular prism by multiplying the length, width, and height of an object. You can also find the area of the base and multiply it by the number of layers. Alright, good luck. Feel free to ask me any questions in class, and also you can go back and watch any part of the video again that you might need to. Have a great day.